Okay, in this video, I'm gonna show you how I do the back fist and from Bruce Lee's fighting methods or Jeet Kune. Okay, there's different ways to throw the back fist and there's different targets you aim at on your opponent. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I like to wear these cheap bag gloves when I'm doing heavy bag work. Okay, I wanna protect the knuckles. If you got a softer bag, these bags are semi-soft. I will do some bare knuckle stuff once in a while, but for the most part, I try to protect my knuckles because if you hurt your hands, you can't train. Okay, you may have an awesome workout where you just blast it, and then all of a sudden you cut your hands open, or you hurt your wrist. You know, those little bones in there, and then now you can't train for a week or two. So it's pretty much useless. Okay, so protect your hands. I'm not saying you have to wrap them and put boxing gloves on. Okay, these are you can get them really cheap. Okay, these are similar to the ones Bruce Lee used to wear when he would hit the heavy bag. All right, you'd see him hitting it bare knuckle, and then you see pictures of him doing a lot of heavy bag work with these bags on. Remember, protect your hands. Okay, I'm gonna put these on, back fist. Remember, it all starts with the stance and your footwork when it comes to Jeet Kune, Bruce Lee style punching, okay? So if you're right-handed, you're gonna be in a southpaw fighting stance, okay? You're on guard position. Okay, and if you watch my other Bruce Lee Jeet Kune videos I have on my YouTube channel, I have a video dedicated to the Jeet Kune stance, okay? And I talk about the different hand positions. Bruce Lee said in his books, okay, in his writings, that the lead hand should always be slightly moving, okay? Slightly moving, always threatening your opponent, okay? Slightly moving. It shouldn't just be stiff and not moving, okay? You should be light, loose, relaxed. And you should be bouncing between three different hand positions. The gun sight, remember I got that left hand. That left hand is gonna be my guarding hand. And remember, if you're left-handed, then everything will be on this side, okay? So if you're left-handed, just do the opposite of what I'm doing, the other side, okay? So that left hand is ready. That's your guarding hand, where I can catch, parry, you know, outside parry, inside parry. I can kind of low parry punches, okay? So the back fist, well, first we're going to learn it from that gun sight position. Right here. The gun sight stance I use for more when I'm pressuring, walking down my opponent. I'm not going to use the dragon tail, what I call the dragon's tail, with my hand down, pressing forward with my opponent. Now, if I do that, I'm kind of leaning to the side, kind of bobbing my head a little bit. But anytime you kind of bob your head, you got to watch out for those high kicks. Okay, so from the gun sight position, remember Bruce Lee Jeet Kune punches, you want to make them as simple as possible and non-telegraphic. Okay, so what I mean is you don't want to pull that hand back and then throw the back fist. You don't want to have any kind of movement from your foot, your shoulder, your hand, your head. Okay, any kind of movement, you want to hand just needs to lead. Remember, hand before foot. That's fencing. Bruce got that from fencing. Okay, so when I'm here, so don't add no footwork with it right now. Right now, just start it from your on guard position. I'm just going to be here. Now for back fists, I like to kind of hit the side of the heavy bag. Okay, kind of jam your hand here, but I'm just going to be here and just try to hit the bag without moving the hand at all. So remember, if my hands are moving, I'm just going to go. Okay, the back fist is not a power punch, it is a speed punch. Okay, it is a speed punch. Just like your straight lead in Jeet Kune, which Bruce said it himself, it's more of a speed punch, even though when you get that full hip and body extension behind it, it can be a pretty hard shot, okay? But he said it best was it's more of a speed punch. Your focus should be on hand speed versus power, okay? So from that on guard position, that gun sight stance, remember, my hand's always slightly moving and boom, okay? I put a little step in, okay? So you want to almost have a three-point landing. So when the hand moves first, then my foot will move. I'm going to drive off that rear foot using the Jeet Kune forward shuffle, okay? The forward shuffle, okay? So when I'm here, poof, I'm just going to go. More for speed, I can move around the bag and work it, poof. Just wherever the hand's at, poof. From that gun sight position, you're just going to fire. Obviously, I'm going to hit with the back side of the knuckles, preferably the last three knuckles. Okay, Bruce was really big on the power line and hitting with those last three knuckles. I think he got that from Jack Dempsey's championship fighting book, The Power Line, okay? So, just round one, let's say you put a clock on, you're just gonna work that back fist. Just try to focus on speed. Okay? And then once you get it relatively close, you can back up. Okay? Get a little bit more distance so you can do that lunge, that forward shuffle. Almost you're doing like a burst. I'm gonna drive, I call it the drive. Okay? The burst or the drive. The burst is more when you do that side kick. Okay? And then in Jeet Kune, you got the quick advance and the quick retreat. But this is more that shuffle. I'm just gonna push off and go. Start out here, start from the gun sight, maybe I'll move around, okay, and then remember the key element of your fighting stance is that rear foot is raised. It's cocked. My heel is off the ground, okay? My heel is off the ground. That is the piston of the fighting machine. That's what drives your weight forward. Having that rear foot up, that rear heel is key. If you watch the Bruce Lee sparring footage, that's all over YouTube, okay, at I think it was the 67 Long Beach Karate Championships, where he's sparring Dan Inosanto, Ted Wong with the gear on. Watch his stance. He was doing some crazy hand down here and hand down. I think he was demonstrating kind of the fencing aspect of Jeet Kune, okay? But I'm not gonna leave my hands down here like that. You get kicked right in the head. Unless maybe you've got Bruce Lee reflexes, maybe, okay? But if you read his book, this is the on guard position. Having both hands up, this is your guarding hand. Having that rear foot cocked, okay? I don't blade up in my stance. My toes are not facing this way. My toe is usually faced at an angle or forward. Why? Because I like to kind of cock my body back and forth. Maybe I'll cock that hip in here. Maybe I'll move in my head, moving my hands, moving my head. Maybe I'll cock my head. If my opponent gets used to me moving my head from side to side, being elusive, then when I come this way, boom, I can fire that back fist. Now, since I'm preloaded, that hip is cocked, I'm gonna have that much more power on the back fist. Okay, so targeting the back fist, it's real simple. The back fist can go high, medium, or low. If I go high, you wanna either hit for the nose. Okay, you don't want to hit him on top of the head with the back of your hand, that can hurt. Okay, you want to hit him in the nose or the eye socket. If you can get that big knuckle in the eye socket, that is a beautiful place to hit someone. I mean, I don't want to sound violent, but if you're going to hit someone, hit them in the eye socket. If they can't see, they can't fight. That's just like the finger jab. Okay, so when I aim the head, nose or eye socket. You can hit them in the side of the neck, in the throat, anywhere really. It's just like when it comes to fighting, you want to aim center mass, just like shooting. And I'm no weapons expert, but everybody knows that you always aim center mass. I'm not going to try to shoot you in the kneecap like in the movies, right? Because in a high adrenaline fighting violent situation, okay, your fine motor skills slowly go out the window. Okay, so I'm just going to aim center mass, just aim at the face. So that's the high back fist. Okay, the low back fist is you can hit him in the chest, you can hit him in the solar plexus. Okay, anywhere really. If you can hit someone with a low back fist, I'm not really looking to do much damage. All right, when I'm whipping that back fist high, low, like to the chest, to the solar plexus, it's just to keep them busy. Oh, I'm using that back fist not really to knock them out, to keep them busy so I can set up my harder, more powerful punches. Okay, and it's a speed. Okay, I'm just bam, hit him, distract him. Maybe next time I'll fake low and then come high, but that's for another video. Okay, and the last one is you can throw the back fist low to like the bladder or the groin. I mean, there's nothing worse when you're sparring someone and then you go down and hit him in the groin. Okay, so that is the 3 different targets for the lead back fist. So going back to the stances, remember you got the gun sight, boom, fire the back fist, non-telegraphic. Okay. Okay, then you got that second variation, the dragon's tail. The dragon's tail, remember this hand's up. This is the guarding hand. This one's light and relaxed and down by here. Okay, I'm always moving around, moving my head, bobbing. Okay, I got the shoulders slightly shrugged in case I have to kind of shrug and roll a punch. Okay, I got the guarding hand up and I'm here and then throw that back fist. Okay, anytime you can punch with your hand down there, it's very deceptive. They come at different angles. Especially like when you hook from down there or that straight lead. Okay, so, and then the last stance is I got more of this outer stance. I call it the snake charmer. where it's more here, where both hands are kind of a little bit higher and they're slightly moving like semi-short, because I can try to mesmerize or charm my opponent. Okay, maybe I'll go here, bring my hand here, then boom, fire the back fist. So wherever my hand is at, my hand may be over here, boom, that's where it hits from. My hand may be back behind my back, that's where the back fist comes from. Okay, so that's pretty much how you throw the back fist from the different Jeet Kune stances in the different targets. Okay, now the Bruce talks about there's a quarter swing and then the big back fist. All right, you see him do this in Enter the Dragon where it's like, boom! It's a big, almost a straight arm back fist. Not my favorite, not really my cup of tea, okay? I mean, if you can make it work, hey, that's freaking awesome, okay? If you can make it useful, use it, okay? But that big back fist is like it's like you're gonna grab a whip and then pull a whip, or grab a sword handle and pull that sword handle out of its sheath, okay? So maybe I'm here, maybe I'll slip where this hand cocks down here, I'll slip a punch like he throws a straight right hand, I'll slip and then boom, throw that big back fist, okay? You also got a spinning back fist. All right, you don't see Bruce do a lot of spinning back fists. He'll mainly kick when he spins, but you can always spin. I mean, whatever you want to do. All right, but a lot of these videos, I'm basing it off what Bruce talks about either in the Fighting Method series book or the John Little Bruce Lee Jeet Kune Do books, or the Dallas Jeet Kune Do. Okay, so just a quick review. You got it from the gun sight, the on guard position, non-telegraph. You got high, medium, low. You got it from more of the dragon's tail. Remember, my feet are evenly balanced. I'm here on the balls of feet. I can go high, medium, or low. And then you got it from that, like that more snake charmer position. And remember, when I'm sparring, right, I'm bouncing in between this, okay, or I might be pressuring. Okay, if I get tired, I might not be able to bounce. I might just have to kind of lock everything down nice and tight and fight for more of that gun sight, where I can poof, 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 fire that straight lead, okay, back fist, straight lead, hook, really utilizing my lead hand tools, okay, and then reinforcing them with my big rear power shots, okay. So I talked about the targeting, the different stances, but a lot of times, a good example of Bruce Lee throwing a back fist was in Fist of Fury when he was fighting the dude, I think it was the white guy with the mustache at the end before he fights the samurai guy. He was standing on the outside and he's doubling up that back fist. Okay, or he'll go low, high, low. So changing the different levels on your back fist, mixing it up, okay? So that is my take on the Jeet Kune Do back fist, okay? Remember, you can do a rear hand back fist, okay? But remember, Jeet Kune Do, you really focus on that lead arm, your power arm, okay? Because it's going to be the longest weapon to the closest target. And that back fist is pretty long. You can get some good reach on it. That is it. Thank you for watching. And remember, there is no ultimate style, only ultimate practitioners.